Hello, everyone. I am just getting started here. Welcome. Wonderful. So I go live with Asher Hartman. Welcome, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to the last Meditation Monday. Hi.
Hey,
So good to see you, Asher.
it's so great to see you.
Wonderful. So, welcome. This is the last Meditation Monday, and I'm so grateful to have you here as a guest of honor to
So
help
much fun.
facilitate some tag team intuitive readings. I feel like I definitely see there's a nice group of folks already logged on. I wanted to say hello to everyone. Hi, Ever and Angela. Nice to see you. Wow, so wonderful to see everyone. Yeah. I'd like for us to start off, Asher, as we did last time. I think it's really important to set some intention, right?
Mhm.
And if you're okay with it, I wanted to spray a little bit of this aura spray that I have just to kind of get myself ready and to offer it to the community. So this is like a portal potion that I've made, and it has like frankincense and cypress and juniper and mugwort and like 10 different flower essences. And I'm going to just spray this on myself and also offer it to the community just to get myself ready. And then offering it out to this beautiful web here. Thank you
So
so
beautiful.
much, everyone, for joining us.
Yes.
Want to add some clearing to this wonderful live stream that we have here to really set the intention to bring in some divine, magical, playful wisdom to our community and to have some fun and to play and to be open and to connect. And I'm really grateful for all of you being here, and I'm grateful to the Vincent Price Art Museum for hosting this space for us.
Yeah.
And I just want to name that I've saged and cleared my cards. They're ready, they're prepared. And I would love it, Asher, if you could do a little prayer for us to get us kind of started to open up this sacred portal that we're all holding here together.
Yeah, exactly. So, Mother, Father, Spirit, and all those who are present in all forms and shapes and sizes, thank you for coming today. Thank you, those great teachers and those open-hearted beings who are here to play with us. We are so grateful for the opportunity to read, to connect with, and to love the divine community. Thank you so much for protection as we do this work. May we receive that which is meant to be received, and may we embrace as best we can the information we received today. Thank you so much, all beings, for presence, for life on earth, and for health. Amen.
Thank you so much for that, Asher. That I can really, really feel that. So thank you so much. And so wonderful to see all of you. Hi, Jessica. Hi, Petals. Hi, Angie. So wonderful to have here. Hi, Francisco. So the way this
Yeah.
is going to work, what we're going to be offering here is Asher and I are going to be doing tag team readings. I'm going to be offering 2 cards per person, and Asher is going to be doing an energy reading of the name that is offered. So how this is going to work is we're going to be asking you to type in your birth or chosen name, and as you type it in, we're going to go down the line. So I'm going to say that we can get started right now. So please type your names, and we will, as I said, go down the line and hopefully keep track of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Wonderful. So Angie is the first person that I see pop up.
Yeah. So Angie, as I step into this energy, God, I'm so smart and witty and funny and sexy. Like as I step into the energy, I feel like I can balance a lot of things. Like I have cherries and bananas and I have this beautiful bounty on my head at the moment, and I mean that in not in the negative term of bounty on my head, but in the sense of I have this beautiful, I want to call it a fruit salad on my head of like massive creativity, play. I feel like I'm ready. I'm getting ready for something really big right now, and I'm kind of pulling on my proverbial like work pants, you know, right up to about where the heart chakra is, and I'm letting all my love and grief and sunshine just be very visible to the world, because this is where I host this beautiful goddess energy on the top of my head, which is like a peacock plume, just opening, extending all of its heart energy out into the sun, ready to receive, give, and love. And that's a little mini quickie for Angie.
Uh, yes, Angie, I am so happy to pull these two different cards for you. I feel like they resonate so much with what Asher said. So you get the Witch card. So this is a really powerful card. It is a card of someone who is incredibly magical, who is really has a deep inner power, is a part of a divine legacy of beings who are incredibly magical. And I think from what I know about you, you're such a magical person, Angie. So I'm so not surprised to see this card come up. And I also feel like this card is an omen. It is a promise. It is a blessing. It is letting you know that, as Asher said, there are some things that are in the works that are really powerful, really large. And the second card that comes up for you is the Two of Bottles. And so this card is a card of emotion, of love, of connection, and the two is like a sacred number. So this really is a card of allowing yourself to be in a wild abandon of loving and connecting, and that could be with yourself, that could be with your family or loved ones, it could be with someone that you're sharing passion with. This is really kind of letting you know that you're moving more in this direction of having this divine union and connection in your life. So bless the Two of Bottles. Again, emotion, connection. Yes, thank you, Angie, for that. And so the next person we have, Asher, is Naomi Mueller.
Naomi Muller, Naomi Muller. As I step into this energy, I have this beautiful, like, I want to call it dragon energy. This is not a negative energy at all, but you know how dragons are mythical beings that are very fierce. And I feel like my voice, my whiskers, my smell, my webbed hands, and all of my might are here right in the forefront of my life right now. And I have to kind of like rip open my dragon suit and step out of it for a minute, just for a minute, because there's a being inside of me that needs a little respite, a little vacay. And it's funny because I'm spraying this energy all over my body right now when I say I am in your energy. This is not me, Asher, this is your energy. And I'm in the kind of angelic realm, but in a very sort of how can I say, like fresh, renewed way. I can always go back into my dragon energy because my dragon energy keeps me flowing and going and creative, and it really helps me with like driving fast with my impulses to drive fast, whatever this energy is. But right now I need a little bit of respite by the pool. So I'll leave you with that.
Thank you, Asher. And so Naomi, the card that comes up, I feel like this one really connects with what Asher was saying. The first card that comes up is liberation, and there is a profound moment here that this person is going through. As you can see, there are some wings that are emerging from the body. There's a moment of opening, of transforming, of being recreated. So liberation is a really powerful card. It is a promise. It is an opening. It is the divine magic of the void. It is the infinite potential. So really allow this card to be a portal for you. I'm showing it here so you could see it. I want you to know this card is a portal, and it really is also a beckoning. The liberation void is inviting you to step into it. And you also get to listen to what nature is telling you. So this beautiful card is about the divine wisdom that moves through us when we are out in nature, when we are connected to the earth. And so this is deeply connected to the liberation that is emerging for you. So listen, because nature has some divine messages that it's bringing to you. So take a moment and listen and see what's wanting to come through, because it is deeply connected to this powerful transformation, this opening that Asher also mentioned. And I just want to name, just for the folks who are coming on, what we're doing. Asher and I are offering tag team readings. We are asking people to write in their chosen or their birth name, and we are going down the line and reading people. And the next person is Emma Kopel.
Emma Copel, Emma Copel, Emma Copel. As I step into this energy, wow, I have this fantastic, violet hair symbolically. And when I say I, always it's your energy, not me. It's this beautiful hair that's flowing in terms of my connection with the divine. And it covers my entire body like I'm a very fertile, divine listener, because the feeling is it's all coming from the top of my head, and this is where the connection with the divine is. And I feel like when I step into this energy, I'm like listening very closely to like quote unquote the stars, and a lot of this energy is symbolic, but it can also be literally like astrological listening, because I feel like I have my ear to the cosmos, and I have to really know that I have to rest assured that this is me. You know, sometimes we have to look in the mirror and go, is this me? Am I this person? Rest assured that you are, because there's this feeling in your energy of like divine carriage. Like I feel good when I'm in your energy. Like I'm walking down the street, you know, those days where you just look good, feel good. This is my connection with divine purpose that feels really apt in me at the moment, and so much is about listening skills. So whatever I'm seeing symbolically is stars, seashells, and essentially, like I would say, leaning into the cosmos meaning like the all, or the all consciousness. And I'll leave you with that.
Thank you so much. So Emma, what comes forward for you is the Six of Keys. And so keys is all about fire magic, the inner will, our inner potential, our ability to affect change into the world. And so six is all about transformation. And you could see this person here, they are in a mud pit and they have their hands up. They are in a moment of success. And so this card is letting you know that maybe if you have been moving through some stuff, there are moments of success that are coming for you. And then the other card that comes forward is called the Jazz Hands. And so Jazz Hands, love this card. And so really this is an invitation to take power poses, to let yourself feel, I am powerful, I am victorious, I have overcome. To let yourself feel what that I'm feeling it right now is moving through my body. That feeling is magic. So work with those jazz hands, do some visionary embodied magic, let it course through your veins. That is how you start to bring more of that winning energy into your life. So thank you. So the next person we're moving on to is Carlos.
Just have one name. Okay, Carlos.
Yeah, just one name, Carlos.
Carlos. Okay, so I step into this energy. Right away, I feel like I'm the thinker. Like I'm sitting here and I'm like thinking like really solid in my chair, but my heart is very green, full of like green energy, which is the heart, and also growth, because I feel like I'm like tearing through all this vegetation to see myself once again. And as I look at myself through the vegetation, I am this tiger in the essentially the jungle, but it isn't a kind of classical jungle. It is almost like a heart jungle where I have to look, and steady myself to see my true face. And this true face is the essentially this cat, in the jungle with vision. And the cat's eyes, the tiger's eyes, in essence, are very, very like what is that, light brown, kind of like beautiful, like forceful eyes. And my ability to see, I have to really be clear about that, because I feel very like set in it. Like I know what I know, and nobody can tell me I don't know what I know. And I'm very like lifting this gold chalice above my shoulder here up into the sky to get energy from the sun. And that can be symbolic or literal, but whatever it is, I have to drink of this golden chalice and take my own energy in. It's sort of like a little bit of a kind of a homeopathic, if that's a word, cure for anything that ails me, because me is the cure for me. And I'll leave you with that.
Thank you so much. So Carlos, what comes forward is the World card. And this card is a beautiful card. This is the last card in the major arcana, which is it's at the end of the cycle. And so I love the movements that Asher just did with the hand up in the air holding the chalice. You can see this dancer here, they have their hands up into the air. They are letting the winds of change move through them, and they are being guided by the divine inner work that has been moving through your life. So inner work is the portal that kind of turning into yourself, allowing yourself to witness yourself, to be with yourself. That is the magical medicine that is needed to now be in your life as you're moving forward into this new cycle. And the world is very much a blessing card. And so it really is allowing you to know that that inner work, I think we all need to know that sometimes moving towards what might be scary or painful, that there is hope at the end of the tunnel as you do that work, that it is for a purpose. So it's letting you know there's a purpose in that powerful inner work that is moving in your direction.
And I just have to reiterate, I know what I know. Like, be very clear that you do know. Sorry.
I love that. Thank you, Asher. I know what I know. Yes. Yes. Thank you. So the next person that we have here is Marissa Takal.
Marissa Takal. Whoa, as I step into this energy, I'm all red, and I'm glowing red with the first chakra, and then I have this really, I would say, like, deep and almost unbreakable connection with the divine. Like, I try to, like, move it around, and I can't, and it's very solid. It's like years of labor working on this connection with the divine, and I feel like now I can eat the fruits of my labor, and it's interesting. I'm sharing these fruits with many other people. So even though I'm very solid in the energy, and the energy is like very much the Empress, very much like, I know I'm walking through the world with certainty, and in a sense, spiritually or psychologically, people are parting, not going away, but letting me have some birth, some space. And as I walk through, I'm able to give. Once I'm in my power, and I may be in my power right now, I'm able to give freely and easily to select members of the community. And I'm nurturing them and guarding them. They are bonds people with me. I am very deeply connected to them, and they're accorded to my heart. When I say I, of course, I'm in your energy. I'm never talking about me, Asher. That is you. And there's strength and power right now, very central.
Yes, so Marissa, that power definitely came through in this card here, which is the 9 of Keys. Again, keys is fire magic. Keys are our ability to affect change, to create transformations and transmutations. And so the 9 of Keys is, you can see here this person, they are leaping through a ring of fire. And that ring definitely represents our fears, our courage, our ability to step and fly into the void. And the other card that comes up is I shall yet see many things. So with these two cards here, you are being told right now by the guides that there are some incredible things awaiting for you as you take these leaps, working with your power, working with your magic, with what is really boiling up inside of you, and trusting that your power will protect you, that it will also transform things around you, and to also, in many ways, to trust, because that is what this card is about. They're both about trust, actually. They're being able to see something that is not present and being able to know that it is there, and that is power. So again, thank you so much everyone who's on here right now. Want to just again let you know that what we are doing, we're asking people to write their birth or chosen names, and we are going down the line and offering tag team readings where Asher and I are each giving a reading. So the next person that we have is Vanessa Santos.
Vanessa Santos. As I step into this energy, right away, it's like the seer. So I'm looking at literally kind of a proverbial crystal ball, not to be funny, but it is like pretty straightforward. And I'm like taking my hands and moving them around the crystal ball. And my hands have these chakras, these seeing chakras in them that feel like they shape, not manipulate, but form future. So there's this beautiful connection here, and it feels like it's all through my body, because when I'm in your energy, I feel like I have to move my body in this way where I'm shaping my future through my vision. So it is for me, but I also have this kind of power to shape other people's future through my vision, which is very important for me to know, because I'm doing it a kind of delicate dance with my energy in my hands around what I see, what I know. And this is a very embodied knowing. The feeling I have is that, it's kind of running through my body, and my body just keeps wanting to move, shape, fix, touch, love, and lap up my vision. So it's all body senses in terms of vision. And I'll leave you with that.
Oh, so Vanessa, what comes forward for you is one of my favorite cards in this deck, which is the Everything is Possible card. And this to me is like the infinite card that I think you can think about, thinking of that crystal ball with everything is possible. Whatever you dream of can come into existence. And so really this card is an invitation to open up those visionary capacities, to let yourself dream big. And the Star card comes forward too. And as we know, the Star is the card of hope, of divine love, of divine luck. And so really thinking that as we open up our visionary capacities and start to dream more and more, and knowing you, Vanessa, I know you're such a divine medium and oracle. Your vision is so wide and expansive. So this is an invitation to really trust in the hope that your visionary capacities are bringing towards us, and to know that there are some beautiful angels that surround you and that are bringing more and more hope into your life. So I think both of these cards are really blessing cards, and I am so happy that there are blessings moving towards you, Vanessa. So thank you so much, Vanessa. So the next person we're going to be reading is Ever Ariana Arias.
Ever Ariana Arias. Ever Ariana Arias. Oh, when I step into this energy, wow, this is really interesting. I get the word Socratic, like a Socratic thinker, a philosopher, and I feel it at the base of my mind, which is really near my foundation. And this feeling of being able to kind of like, if you don't mind, cut through the BS. Like I feel like with the touch of my hand, I can go, okay, this goes over here, this goes over here, this moves over here. And I have to clear a lot right now. And not that there's anything obstructing you. It's just like it's my job and duty to do it. There's a feeling of a kind of like moral toughness. And I don't mean you're a moralistic person, anything of that nature. The feeling is like, you can't really mess with me, let's put it that way. Like I really don't brook fools, and I feel like I really have to know that, like, it's not necessarily my way or the highway so much, but people got to listen when I speak, basically. Sorry, it's just like I kind of know what's up and I need to speak it, and so I'm very, very grounded in this sensibility, which is sort of the Socratic oath of truth, honesty, morality, and vision. And I'll leave you with that.
Yes, Ever. So the first card that comes forward for you is the Magic is Real card. So really, really trusting in the magic that you've been working with. And I've seen some of your divine spells and the incredible things that you are working on. Highly recommend folks check out Metronomes and also their shop. There is some divine magic that is moving through them, and magic is real. And so your gifts that you are bringing into community are so real. They are transforming, and they are also, as this other card comes up, they are connected in love, in union, in connection, and you really working with that Socratic powerful ability that you have to join people together and to also be magical. And the Lovers card is the divine union card, and that union is with spirit, is with community, is with lovers and loved ones and friends. So just knowing these two cards together is your love is magic, Ever. It is such powerful magic, and we all feel it. We all it touches all of us. I know so many people who are on this live stream are touched by your love and your magic, Ever. So thank you so much. So For folks who are just joining us, what we are offering is tag team readings. We are asking folks to sign in give us either their birth or chosen name, and we're going down the line. And the next person that we have is Ariel Christian.
Ariel Christian, Ariel Christian, Ariel Christian. So I step in this energy. You know, it feels like I'm being elevated by the divine. Like I want to say by my own hand, but my own hand is the divine. So it's a little bit like what I'm looking at is a palm lifting your body upwards, and my toes are pointed in a way that are very directional. You know, it's a very funny thing because I feel like I can kind of steer the divine with my toes, but I actually don't need to. The divine will take me where we want to go because I'm conjoined with this divine. And it feels, again, a little bit like a root or a birthright or something that's really tied to me historically. And really, nothing could kind of shake that. I also feel a lot of pull in the heart energy where I'm like corded to something upward. And this feeling of going upward, leaning upward, stretching myself upward, does feel bodily, but it's my heart so open and so kind of, I want to say, like I'm caught on the hook of the divine, like a fish, you know, and I'm persuaded and moved by and in communion with the divine. And just as a side note, there is a beautiful monk sitting up here in the upper regions in a kind of brown cloth with hands in prayer, and it's a little bit like a sackcloth of penury, but it is a sort of a chosen path of the monk. Not to say that you necessarily have to be a monk, but this monk feels like a guide or someone who is alongside you at the moment. And I'll leave you with that.
Wow. So, Ariel, what comes forward for you, the first card is that you are safe and protected. There's a beautiful jaguar here. This card is really letting you know that there are some angels, there are some guides, some ancestors that have your back, that they are going to be with you no matter where you go, and that is connected to your divinity, that you never walk alone. This is definitely the card of always having guides and ancestors and divine beings connected to you. And the other card that comes forward is the Seven of Bottles. So bottles, again, is water, is emotion, is connection. And this right here, this card really represents there's a person who has an octopus on their head. And if you could see, they have a bottle on their heart area. And so this card really is a divine reminder that there are moments in our life where we are so abundant and there are so many things coming to us, maybe opportunities or life paths or directions. This is an invitation to connect with the heart, to connect with the body, to be reminded of what the body really wants, to listen to that powerful intuition that you have, and to know that no matter what you decide, you will be safe and protected and have those guides with you. So,
Yeah.
thank you. The next person that we're going to be reading is Joseph Huerta.
Okay, Joseph Huerta, Joseph Huerta, Joseph Huerta. So I step into this energy. Wow. Okay, all of a sudden I feel the sage. So you know when you see like the long beard and the old, in this case it's a male figure, not to gender you, but that's just the figure that's coming in, with a long purple gown, and purple or indigo, we're going to call the third eye. And I'm walking in the sage's path. And this is very important because I'm watching a lot of fruitful growth from this. So I'm looking at all these corn stalks arise as I am in my own determined thought, my own contemplation, because I'm really called to a period of deep, sagacious inner work, knowledge, reading, going inside, and kind of taking the fruit of the knowledge, which is the apple in this case, and also consulting my own oracle, which is my third eye, symbolically, although it is a whole body feeling of knowing and watching the fruits of my labor over time. And you know when a grandfather sits at the porch and is looking at all the things that this individual, and again, not to gender you, it's just an image that's coming up, they're watching the fruits of their labor and just kind of reminiscing of how beautiful and how wonderful it all was because he followed, in this case, this particular entity, the path. So I'll leave you with that.
So The first card that comes up is Open Eyes. So this card is about the third eye, that powerful third eye. There are some deep gifts that you have, Joseph. You are so gifted. You are a visionary. And I think one thing that's coming through to me right now is that, as you're walking this path, as you're doing this work, that visionary capacity is going to find so many ways for it to express itself through your divine body. And the other card that comes forward with this one is the Strength card, which is one of my favorite cards. I actually have it tattooed on myself. This card really is a reminder that the parts of us that are the most vulnerable, that need the most protection, that need care and love, those are the parts of us that are so powerful, that are able to really help us in doing some of that incredible visionary work. So I think, Joseph, this is an invitation to dive deep within and look for that wonderful young Joseph, the Joseph that needs care and protection, and see what you could offer them, see how much you can kind of give to them so that they can bring some of their unique gifts forward for you. And again, to know that you are a divine visionary, you have a gift. And so, knowing you, Joseph, this does not surprise me to hear this. So I'm so grateful that those are the cards that have come up for you. And so, again, for those that are just joining us, we are doing tag team intuitive readings. We are offering, Asher is going to be doing a energetic reading, and I'm offering a 2-card tarot reading. And so, and I'm just going to give Asher a second here. Okay, you're with us, right, Asher? Okay, wonderful. So the next divine person we have
I'm
here,
back.
she's a
Yeah.
wonderful friend of mine. Her
Yes,
name is
I am.
Jessica
I am.
Harvey.
Jessica Harvey, Jessica Harvey, Jessica Harvey. Well, I step into this energy right away. I feel like I'm the leader. You know, when you're like, okay, everybody, I know what to do. You go over here, you go over here. Stop the car. I'm coming through. I'm going to fix this. And there's this feeling of like community around. I don't know why, but I'm looking at a very 70s picture, so don't take it too personally, but of a big VW bus, community on the right, community on the left, birds flying around, which is the voice and spirit, and the stars in the sky when it's day. And the feeling I have as I step into your energy is like, I am very clear about what to do in situations where other people are confused. And I feel like if people would just let me do my thing, like, when you have to say to people, please part, I'm going to help, I'm going to figure this out. And I have a kind of inner vision, but also I would say almost a pragmatic, real vision where I can actually affect something right away. Something that comes from my vision gets into material world very quickly, and I feel like I'm really good too at stirring the pot. And I may have to stir the pot sometimes just to have fun and just to have people, come alive again, because I often need, or I feel that I need, when I say I again, I'm in your energy, I need activity, like I need people to connect. And it's a wonderful feeling of being the steward of a group of people, because I have a lot of strength up here in my spiritual upper body, and I'm bringing communities to me for safety, love, and connection. And I'll leave you with that.
Thank you so much for that, Asher. And so for you, Jessica, the first card that comes forward is the past. And so this is a card of, people who have been gifted the role of caring for the past, of caring for memory, for herstory, for transtory, for caring for those things that need to be brought into the present moment. So this again is like I think it's like a records keeper, is someone who's able to really use that pragmatic magic, also that community social magic, and really make sure that things are not forgotten, that they are continuously brought back into the present, into community, because that's what's really important. And the other card that comes forward for you is the 9 of Bottles. So many bottles tonight. So the 9 of Bottles is a huge blessing card. You can see this person, they are in ecstasy, and they are getting showered by love and water. And water again is emotion, it is connection, and it is also memory. Water holds memory of time immemorial. So that it makes so much sense that it's connected to this powerful role and gift to be able to hold onto memory, to bring memory forward. And again, the Nine of Bottles is a blessing card. And it is a card that comes forward when you are getting ready to transform into another phase of your life, because a nine is right before 10 and 10 is the completion. So you are almost there, and there are blessings coming towards you in this time.
Mm.
So thank you so much, Jessica. So the next person is another person I know. So wonderful to see you here, Margie Alban.
Margie Alban. As I step into this energy, I feel almost like the scholar or the professor. Now, these are all symbolic, but it can also be literal, because I feel like my voice has to be heard. And I feel like I'm speaking to a group of people in a very concerted, pragmatic, step-by-step, but not unvisionary. So don't be alarmed, way. And I'm bringing creative knowledge to groups of people. And I have these glasses, not my own glasses, but your glasses, in my hand, not that you literally wear glasses. And I'm holding them and I'm bringing home a point. And I'm making sure that each of my students, whether they're literal pupils, friends, children, etc., understand how to function in life and what I'm trying to say via knowledge, what knowledge I'm trying to bring and import. And it's important that I speak to groups, because I'm walking to and fro in a classroom as a professor, as a scholar, making my magic known, making my heart known, and making my knowledge very clear. And the spirits, if you will, are very imperative about speaking and making knowledge clear. If there's any hesitation to do that, think about it, because they're very adamant about it. And I'll leave you with that.
Wow. So Margie, what an honor to pick some cards for you. The first card that comes forward is the Three of Feathers, and I'll show this card here. So the Three of Feathers, feathers is communication, it is language, is our ability to kind of bring out what's inside. And as you can see, this person here, there is a powerful connection between their heart and what is being brought down onto the paper. So this is, an invitation and also a promise of there being some things to seek within that are wanting to come out, that are wanting to be brought out into community, into spaces of expansion. And that can be written, that could be spoken, that could be said with friends. There's so many ways that we could share this information. And the other card that comes forward is the In the Present Moment card. And so this is really also, again, saying that there are ways to work with mindfulness, work with meditation, with the present moment, to bring some of this information forward that is so deeply needed to be brought into community. Because you, as Asher said, you have some powerful things that need to be moved through you. And I think also, as you can see, there's almost like an invisible hand moving this hand here on the page. So I think this also speaks to the gift of channeling, of being able to have voices come through you that are needing to come in to our present day community. And it being in the present moment, it is an invitation to work with some of those kind of mindfulness practices or altered state practices, work with some practices that get you in the present moment and really allow you to tap into this energy. So thank you so much, Margie. Really wonderful to pull these cards for you. Again, so wonderful to see all these folks here. We're just letting you know that what we are offering is tag team intuitive readings. Please write your chosen name or your birth name, and we will continue to go down this list. So the next person is Nicole Caballero.
Nicole Caballero. As I step into this energy, wow, I feel like I'm being guided by this inner force. My body is moving as though it's underwater, which is like emotion, the unconscious, the divine essence of, I want to say in this case, the mother. And I'm moving, and I'm, just to be clear, this is the goddess, not to necessarily one special individual mother. And I'm moving in this fluid way where I'm receiving in this like hermetic seal of my own interior vision. It's very important for me to be in my own interior vision at this time. It feels like I'm underwater, but I'm not. If you imagine how many minerals and how much richness and how much like nutrient is in the water of my unconscious and my mind, it's really quite beautiful. And here in my kind of perfect shell, I'm studying, learning, drawing, painting, and creating my self archetype, because I'm here underwater, under the sea, because I'm hearing that song Maxwell's. Well, that's a different thing. Yellow Submarine, I think I'm trying to say. I'm painting a little shell on a shell underneath. So there's this beautiful connection, yes, with nature, but with this aspect of self that's very hard for me to unpack right now, but I'm going to call it divine consciousness. It's my unconscious self, but my consciousness, all consciousness, my awareness of all. And I have to be deep in myself and deep in my, wed to my emotions to feel that, see that, know that. And it's a beautiful artistic time. Sorry for the misspeak there, but you get my drift. I'll leave you with that.
Wonderful. So, Nicole, what comes forward for you? The first card is Finish Your Dream. So, this person here has their hands out, they're sleepwalking, or maybe they're falling into another dimension. Really, this is an invitation for you to think about what are some of those things that are not said yet, or are wanting to emerge, or wanting to be birthed. And the second card that comes forward is the Instructor, which is in the traditional tarot deck is the Hierophant. So the Instructor is the powerful conduit between spirit and the terrestrial world. And the person that brings in the cultural values, the connection values, the emotional values, the information, the wisdom, they are a powerful being. So with Finish Your Dream and this one coming together, there is a divine role that is emerging for you, that the goddess is wanting to bring forward into your life. And so really witness what are some things, some desires that are left untouched, that are still there, so patiently waiting for you, and just know that that dream is waiting to be finished through you. So thank you so much for that, Nicole. So the next person that we are going to read for is someone else that I know. So wonderful to see you, Jennifer Hope Davey.
Jennifer Hope Davey. Well, as I step into this energy, I feel extremely smart, self-assured, almost like I want to call it ambidextrous, both the jester and the scholar, the clown and the knowledgeable one, the clown and the angel. And I'm sitting here in this sort of jacquard, this like, I don't know if that's the correct term, but all in diamonds. And I have this very lithe being, and I'm very, how can I say, like, in my highest self, I'm very self-assured. I kind of know what's going on, and I feel like, when you're kind of like, I could say something funny about that, or I could say something profound about that, and I can blend them. I can choose to put them together. And when I put them together, whether I'm a writer or a speaker or a comedian or an artist or somehow communicating of any kind, a communicator of any kind, I'm quite good at what I do. And I have to know that, when you kind of feel like, I got that hole in one, I shot that pool, I did well. I really need to hold on to that. That is very clear about who I am right now. And if there's any doubt about that, look again, because this person right here has what I'm looking at in spirit has got a ring on their toe, on their first toe, and it's like, that is a diamond right there. Like, I am good. That's just the feeling I have as I step into your energy. It's pretty profound. And I'll leave you with that.
So Jennifer, what comes forward for you? The first card is the Hermit card. So the Hermit card is really this, I feel like, is an incredible role, and I think we all move through moments of hermitage. And so the Hermit is an invitation to move into a phase in your life, and maybe this is meant to come for you in the future, or maybe you are in it right now, but it's a moment of inner reflection, of being still, of being with oneself. I see this card many times as the seed under the ground that is growing in the protection of the soil. And so another card that comes forward is our ideas will overcome your ideas. And so the vision that comes with this card is the powerful blade of grass or the flower just bursting through the concrete. And so with this, these two cards together, there is an invitation to move into that soil, to get deep into the protection magic of that soil, because there are some things that are wanting to be birthed through you that come out of you that are so important and that are so deeply connected with overcoming some of the incredibly damaging, exploitative things that are in our world. And that thing that is wanting to be birthed through you is about bringing justice, about bringing more connection, about also working with that power that you have to really affect change. So don't be afraid of the cave, and don't be afraid of going down deep into the soil, Jennifer. Um, so let me go down. Trying to see the next person that wants a reading. Oh my goodness, so many wonderful comments from folks. Thank you so much, everyone, for all your comments. Okay, I found one more person. So Zulma would like a reading.
Zulma. So I step in this reading, just right away I feel like this, like two magic gold rings. And the gymnast who can take the two gold rings and then move the energy very quickly. And I feel like I can metaphorically or literally take my body and go like really, really strong power of the whole body, I would call claircognizance at the moment, like all-knowing heart energy. But at the same time, it's like I have a goal or something that I really want to do. Like, when you have to throw something through a hoop, I got to get right on the target. And I have two goals, and there's this, when you put two circles together, you get the centerpiece. And that centerpiece feels like, how do I manipulate and move that so that I can really see through all these aspects, three aspects of things that I want to do. So it may be three things that I want to do, but one of them is really ripe and salient, and it's really the moment to put the push the go button, if I may say. Nonetheless, I have such a, oh gosh, how do I even explain this energy? When somebody walks in the room and they just have a lot of charisma and they're just the leader, and all heads turn to them, and it's almost like I'm fire without the match. I'm like, whoosh, like this, whoosh. And it's very hard to explain because I don't think there's actually a human way of saying this, but it's a kind of otherworldly energy where, let's say, if you've ever had an experience of a spirit kind of going quickly like that, and that's very much in your energy, and to cherish it, and yet to focus. And I'm sure you can focus because you feel very focused, but there may be something that you have your eye on at the moment where you can just kind of do it. And I'll leave you with that.
Thank you, Asher. So Zulma, for you, what comes forward is the Ace of Keys. So the Ace of Keys is a blessing card. All the Ace cards are blessing cards. So this card, keys is, again, fire. It is our inner will. It is our ability to affect change, to have power in the world. And so the Ace of Keys really is a promise that is coming from the ancestors, from our guides, that there is some infinite potential inside of you that is wanting to burst out, that there is definitely a fire within, and that fire is a bounty of gifts. This is a treasure trove that is wanting to come out. And so you see there is a key here that is going into the treasure case. And so that key is our ability to work with our consciousness, with our kind of psychological, spiritual tools, and those tools will open up those potentials that are wanting to come out. And so also what comes forward is the time doorway. So the time doorway is that deep connection to our ancestors. It is also our gifted ability to be able to be non-linear and not only work within the framework that this colonialist capitalist system has given us, but to be able to expand and to commune with our ancestors and to receive the legacies and inheritances that are there waiting for us. And that is also the promise of the Ace of Keys, is that there are some infinite things being brought in by the ancestors through this portal that is your own abilities. So the next person that we have is Dolores Chavez.
Dolores Chavez, Dolores Chavez, Dolores Chavez. When I step into that energy, the first thing I feel is like a nurturing feeling. Like all of a sudden my heart opens up and I feel very in love. It may be with life or with a child or with succor or with nutrients, with nutrition, with loving others, other bodies, whether they're animal or human. And I feel so much that I can like sing with my voice, speak with my voice. I can hold beings very close to me. I come in all in blue, which is the voice, which is like the vocal tendencies of creative self-expression, taking what's in the body to step out of the body and bringing it to in this case, I would say like the masses, to groups. I feel very connected to my whole spine in this energy. There's a lot of grace as I walk in the room. You know, when somebody just walks in the room and they're just quite live and beautiful and easy and things happen easily for them. If you can stay in this like innate energy, because this feels essentially like the innate being or the bud or the germ of who you are, the loving nurturer without, and I have to make a little caveat here, without let's say over giving or sustaining other people's problems, etc., which, you know, all empaths have a little bit of a tendency to do, but to take the love for itself, give love, receive love, and recycle it in the body. But there's such a need when I'm in your energy to kiss, to love, to connect, to speak, sing, voice. And I'll leave you with that.
So Dolores, what comes forward, these two cards I feel are very connected, so I'll show them both at the same time. So what comes up is the Cave and the Moon. So these both cards are invitations to turn towards the darkness, the depth, the void. The moon really is about our intuition, but it is also about the subconscious, about the parts of us also that maybe we cast away or that we don't want to look at. And so the cave is an invitation to go deep within, you know, very much like the Hermit card that came out earlier. It is this invitation to go inward and to be able to really be with those parts of us that are intuitive, that are part of the subconscious. And also, this really is an invitation to work with the cycles of the moon. If you're not already working with the cycles of the moon energetically, or using them as time to pray or to set intention, this could be a really powerful time to really connect with yourself in those moments of ceremony. So really bringing in that ceremony and using it as a way to put a mirror up to your face. And we are in the season of Gemini right now, which is a really powerful time to work with mirror magic, bringing a mirror up, letting you see what comes through the mirror, having the mirror be a portal, seeing what is needed, what Dolores is needing at this time, and seeing if you could offer it to yourself through these magical portals of working with the moon as well. So I think we have room, we have enough time for just like one or maybe two more folks. So the next person I have here is Ali Keradiar.
So as I step into this energy, there's this feeling of delight. Like all of a sudden, I just feel like I gotta talk. I gotta like bring delight into a room. I don't know if I'm delightful or I give delight or both, but I'm also very connected to light violet, which is the divine. And you know, like a person who can talk or tell stories or love people with sympathetic hands, listening, speaking, all of that feels like this kind of like all body delight. And I feel like in my energy that I have to again, physically move. I'm holding space in a way that feels really comfortable and comforting to a lot of people. I'm holding hands with numbers of spirits here, and I'm kind of dancing in a ring with spirits, which is amazing. Like they're all around me. When I say I, again, I'm talking about you, not me. This is just a shortcut for me. And I'm bringing all of this beautiful spirit collaboration into my daily, because I'm bringing it into the kitchen, into the living room, into the bedroom, and I can work with it almost like a person works with sculpture, like carving all of the contours of the sculpture, forming, shaping a beautiful, I would say, third chakra life over time, because I feel so bountiful in the belly, meaning I feel, and I feel in a deep and loving, abiding way. And I'll leave you with that.
Thank you. So, Ali, what comes forward for you? The first card is the card of abundant choice. So this card really is kind of a message to you that there are some abundant things that are available to you. And maybe, I don't know if you are feeling that abundance or not, but it's really an invitation to witness, to maybe look around and to see how much surrounds you and to let yourself be filled with that feeling of abundance, knowing that it could be abundance in terms of maybe what you have physically, or it could be spiritual abundance, it could be energetic abundance, it could be relational abundance. Asher definitely did speak to all of those connections. All those connections are abundance. And the other card that comes forward is the Ten of Bottles. And this is such a beautiful card of completion, of being in a powerful place where you are connected with your loved ones. You can see these people are at the pier, they are really enjoying themselves. And it's really letting you know that you have such an abundance of connections out there, and to really allow those to buoy you up and to hold you up as you maybe take some risks or move forward into parts of your life where you might not be sure of what's coming, but to know that there is deep abundance waiting for you. And that abundance, of course, as I'm saying, could very much be all those sacred spiritual connections that Asher mentioned, and also all the maybe physical connections that you have. So I think we have room for one more person, because Asher and I want to leave a minute or so just to say a little announcement at the end. So the last person is Adriana Yasmin Martinez Tapia.
Adriana Martinez Tapia. Adriana Martinez Tapia. Adriana Martinez Tapia. Wow, what a person for the last, because I feel like, when somebody enters the room and it's like innately here, I'm towering. I feel like, let's open the curtains here, look at me. I feel like, damn, I'm creative. I don't know what this feeling is, but I feel like this. I'm seeing this beautiful column, and it's decorated with all these beautiful, like, oranges and swatches of red and swatches of yellow and green. And I feel like, it's just like it's almost like this feeling of an artist who has vision, bodily vision. Because I feel like when I walk in the room, once again, all these people are so strong in this reading. I walk in a room and I feel like I really am kind of like the Lord, and I sit here in my crown, in my throne, and I kind of watch the world go by in a very creative way. And if I want to capture it in a moment, I will. And if I want to leave.
Asher, can you hear me? I don't know if folks can hear Asher. While we're waiting for him to come back, I'll just read you these cards that come up for you, Adriana. The first card that came up was the Magician. Is the card of someone who is gifted and who is able to really work with magic. This is definitely a blessing card. This is a card of kind of being able to step into your power and to know that you are able to bring some magical things into this world. This definitely is a card to also let you know that if you don't feel powerful, this is an invitation to reclaim that power. This is very much like the witch card in the other deck that we read. I think this is definitely to let you know, as Asher was saying, that there are some regal things that are connected, and that regality, that kind of feeling of being powerful, having a throne, that is deeply connected to spiritual gifts. And the other card that comes forward is the Mother Earth card. And the Mother Earth card really is a loving blessing and a gift from Gaia to say that you are a child of mine and that you are a gifted child of mine since you have the magician here. Know that those gifts are really beautiful and powerful, and that the earth is rejoicing because of your gifts. So the more you step into your gifts, the more the earth rejoices. So thank you so much, everyone. I think we have lost Asher. I wanted to announce before we log off, this is the last Meditation Monday that we will be having here on VPAM Arts. I really would love for folks to follow me. My name is Edgar Fabián Frías. I'm on Instagram, and Asher is Chicken Tastes Like Wood. Follow us because we are going to be announcing very soon that we're actually going to be offering this again. If people want to join us and get maybe a little bit longer reading and be a part of a group experience as well, we will be offering this, and we will be posting this on our Instagrams to let folks know. There will be a limited number of people that can sign up, so definitely be on the lookout for that. So when we do post it, so that you can make sure you get your slot if you're wanting to get a reading from Asher and I. I'm seeing all the messages. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I can barely keep up with these. Let me see. Moonstruck says this is also incredible. Thank you so much to be allowing me to be present for this magic. Yes, the blessing for today. And I'm working with the moon. Wonderful, Dolores. Thank you so much. Evelyn Arches, thank you both. Shireen Ali Haji, so grateful. Este Ojo, you are such a gift. Petas Huerta, feeling so moved and blessed by these readings. Thank you so much, Edgar and Asher. Yes, oh my goodness. This is such a gift. I definitely am feeling it in my body, and I'm so grateful to all of you for being here. Oh, there's Asher right there. Hey, Asher, do you want to come on? Actually, I only have a few more seconds remaining. So I guess for now, we'll just say goodbye. Asher, if you want to just say goodbye here in the chat to folks. Because I only have 30 seconds left. But again, I want to let you all know we're going to be posting soon, that we're going to be offering this experience again for all of you who would like to be a part of this experience. Please follow Asher. He's right there. Chicken Tastes Like Wood. My name is Edgar Fabián Frías. Please also follow me, and we will be posting about this opportunity. Thank you, Vincent Price Art Museum, so much for inviting me to be a part of Meditation Monday. So honored and grateful to be a part of the VPAM Roll Call. Thank you, Pilar and Andrea, for making this all possible. Sending out love and blessings to all of you. Thank you so much.